Greetings, greetings. I hope your day is off to a great start. This is Body-Culinary, and our workout is done for this morning. It was done a while ago, so usually after my workout, I'll do some cleaning, and I can't help myself with research. And I've been really delving into this type 3 diabetes. That's what we're going to talk about today. Type 3, and I see a misspelling on greetings, but y'all know what I'm talking about. We're talking about type 3 diabetes this morning. Are you familiar with type 3 diabetes? Have you heard about it? So let me say the Harriet squats workout is done. So part of my garden nails. I'm going right back out into the garden. This is our feedback from our workout this morning. A nice Tootsie Roll, right? And we can see like, whew, it's a really intense workout if we look at a little graph of how hard we're working. So we're not playing around. We're having a blast. We're having a lot of fun. We also came to have an experience, right? To develop mental grit and resiliency and flexibility through a vigorous, joyous movement practice. So that's 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Fridays is a community class. So do fill out the application if you're interested in participating in Harriet Squats workout in the morning. So some of you may catch this on the replay. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to jump into this type 3 diabetes. I would love to hear in the comments if you've heard about type 3 diabetes or you know someone with type 3 diabetes. So I'm Body-Culinary professional chef, personal trainer, natural born woman, and mother and lover of a natural lifestyle, or as close as I can get to it in these times that we're living in. So this one, I'm not going to ask you to pardon my hair because this is how I was born. And I prioritize. One of the reasons that I really enjoy freedom here is because this goes with a nice sweaty workout. So it's my own little fashion. Let me do my little commercial break. Quickie here because I don't have to do anything. My own little top. All right. So that's that. Grab your water and let's dive right in. Okay. So on this channel, I share some of my journey of radical self-acceptance, celebrating and appreciating the features I have been divinely assigned while I have this human suit, right? I prioritize radical self-acceptance because for me, that's a cornerstone of a healthy esteem, right? AKA really celebrating my body through all the different phases of life. I understand very clearly that I'm going to age, even with the best care. So I want to mitigate any negative effects, and I want to make sure that I'm able to run and play and jump and enjoy my body tempo as long as possible. So for me, I invest a lot in my health insurance. That's my juicer, that's my garden, that's those 3 lifestyle practices that we share on this channel. Peaceful consumption, food that loves you back, that loves your brain, your arteries, your glands, your liver, your heart, your cardiac muscle, that is going to really enhance your longevity and your vitality. There's also garden therapy, so deeply therapeutic and also good for food sovereignty and knowing exactly what's in your food, right? Deep relaxing therapy. And then there's your personal movement practice, activating or reactivating or tweaking and refining so that you're effective with your personal movement practice, what many other people will call exercise. So they are at the cornerstone and the foundation, I would say, not the cornerstone, the foundation of cultivating a rock solid esteem. So I have taken external validation, and that's what I strive to do, take that off the table. So it is not my primary concern how somebody feels about how I look. Yep, hair is kinky, nappy, cottony. It's going to go gray one day. I have a bunch of flat locks, and I am all here celebrating it. So I've taken that off the table. So folks, comments that really, especially from strangers on these Ethernets and internet, is irrelevant, right? If they're ghosts, they're anonymous people on the screens, right? I have some things that are very, very passionate, that I'm very, very passionate that I'd like to share that I think are important. And that pertains to anything having to do with fruits and vegetables, movement, and the garden. If you're talking about that, you got my attention. So that's what I share on this channel. If you're interested in this kind of content, as well as some creative ways to celebrate this kinky cottony hair, this is not what you're going to see in most of the tutorials, but that's what's going on over here, right? So if you're interested in this kind of content, feel free to like up the video so it pumps it into the algorithm for other folks that may be interested in this kind of content, as well as it lets me know if people are interested in this kind of content. So we don't need millions of folks, just those folks who this resonates with. A natural lifestyle, whatever packaging that you come in, because I can learn from anyone. So feel free to like, comment respectfully, and subscribe to the channel, and do join us for a 5 a.m. workout. Download the Discord app on Discord. Download the Discord app, and I'm the Body-Culinary server. The other thing before we just start this chat is feel free to avail yourself of Whole Living Foods in the Hood with menus to fit your budget. That's a guide to consuming whole, fresh living foods. That's the manual and the guide and all the questions that people would ask me, along with pictures of how they're maintaining this lifestyle for well over a decade, maybe it's more 11, 12 years now. So this is lifestyle. It is very sustainable and it's very affordable, right? And I'm very sensitive to if you have children and a spending plan. If you're dealing with lots of acne, food is a wonderful alternative. It's a non-toxic alternative to clearing up your skin. So it's food that I'm putting on. That's my product. That's what I'm putting on my hair and my skin. So Natural Beauty No Products. If you're someone with fine hair, I have the styles that I've found that really complement fine hair in that book, as well as the different foods that I'm putting on my hair and my skin. All right. So that said, this type 3 diabetes, it's kind of it's alarming, especially when you think of there's so much information, yet there's still so much being pumped out, new candies, new cookies, and it appears that, the common knowledge is out there, yet I really feel like this marketing and the smiling faces with celebrities, it's like hypnotic. And I think that marketeers and folks that are selling and pandering their products are very well aware of how the human psyche works and how to move the crowd, how to get folks to buy things in bulk and in mass, even if they are not nutritive and they don't really nourish the body with what it needs. For example, obesity you can liken it to starvation in reverse, because the body's getting larger and larger. How is that happening? When we're eating all of this food? Well, if the food it has a lot of calories, yet the fiber is compromised. It's low in fiber. It's low in water, if there's any water, high in artificial flavorings and colorings. And so you don't really get satisfied at a nutrient level for what the cells really need. And once we start to wire the body chemically to all these substances, as I call them, substances masquerading as food, well, we start to rewire and program our body with each bite, with each time we engage in these patterns. The patterns become ingrained and they get stronger and stronger. We become chemically dependent, pretty much like, being on crack. And so I've said before to my clients and many people, I've for many years watched documentaries on junkies because I was fascinated by and really wanted to get to the bottom of why we would put our body temples in harm's way. If you look at what someone's face looks like after meth or severe drugs, it dramatically ages the body. So I know that no one wants to be unhealthily overweight. Nobody really wants that. No one wants to be wheeled on a gurney into the operating room and risk not coming out on the other side. Yet there is a drive. There is something happening. There is a drive to medicate and to self-medicate. What is that? Where is it coming from? And how can we mitigate that? I'll just tell you straight off, those 3 lifestyle practices that we have access to. You don't have to be rich to have access to growing something, even if it's a windowsill, at least 2 plants, something beautiful and something to eat. Then your movement practice. If folks in a jailhouse can work out, then in a teeny space, and so can we. Even if you have a mat or even if you have towels. Back in the day, traditionally with yoga, folks didn't have all these fancy yoga mats. They're lucky if they had a rug, right? And so your garden, your movement practice, and peaceful consumption will serve you into the years when your hair is white. So this type 3 diabetes, y'all, let's take a look at it. We're going to take a look at the type 3 diabetes. And what is it? Right? So, type 3 diabetes. Some experts refer to this type of diabetes as brain diabetes. It means a progression from type 2, which, by the way, is a lifestyle, a disease of lifestyle. Type 1, usually you're born with. So, it is a progression from type 2 diabetes to Alzheimer's, and it is related to forms of dementia along with a decline in cognitive function. Insulin resistance in the brain leading to Alzheimer's is now termed as type 3 diabetes. Let me say that again. Insulin resistance in the brain leading to Alzheimer's is now termed as type 3 diabetes within the alternative healthcare groups, but the term is not widely accepted in the medical community. People with type 2 diabetes are 50 to 60% more prone to develop Alzheimer's when compared to normal blood sugar level individuals. And I'm wondering, with the stats that I heard last night, like 94, 95% of American public now is unhealthy slash overweight. Wow, it's really, really crazy. So who really has normal blood sugar? Who are these people? What are they doing? Symptoms. A person in the early stages of type 3 diabetes may demonstrate some of the warning signs of Alzheimer's disease, but not show elevated blood sugar levels in a laboratory test. Again, a person in the early stages of type 3 diabetes may demonstrate some of the warning signs, right, of Alzheimer's disease, but not show elevated blood sugar levels in laboratory tests. The primary symptom is memory loss, where a person forgets important day-to-day activities and recent memories and may ask the same thing. People may do things slower and may get confused about simple things like names, dates, or places. We can minimize the risk of Alzheimer's by following a healthy lifestyle, by taking care of our diet and physical activity. It's the same thing. This information has been out there for a while. Eat healthy, opt for a healthy, high fiber, low glycemic index diet, and avoid processed foods with added sugars. Right? So that's where, I'm going to say we hear this information, yet what is modeled is something different. There are all these get out of jail free cards and these substances that I would call masquerading as food that are high in omega-6s, which are unhealthy. That's in a lot of vegan products. And there are things that say vegan that still have a lot of different types of sugars. Right. So if the name of high fructose corn syrup is going to be traded for another one, then, what's really the point? Is this really playing games with ourselves? Is it cognitive dissonance? Eat a diet rich in antioxidants, raw vegetable juices, etc., etc. Right. So this is really important, something for us to consider. This type 3 diabetes. What we do know is that exercise is huge, tremendous in helping your body to mitigate insulin resistance. Diabetes is one of the number one thing, exercise is one of the number one things that you can do. Second is sleep. I would add to that rest and relaxation. Here's where your garden comes in and literally changing your lifestyle. I would also say, and one of the most challenging things to do today is to get off of these screens or really monitor what you're allowing to come in through these screens that is contributing to a lot of mental stress, right? The way our body is processing the information that's coming in through the eyes and the ears. The other thing I would say, support can be so key. Being unapologetic about creating support, not just any support, not coming together, bonding off of trauma stories. I would say getting into action. It should show up in your calendar and on your checkbook. Your investment into your food, your healthy food, prioritizing food. I would say even over clothing. I love fashion, but I'm going to be real. I prioritize my food, my garden, my relaxation, and my play over clothing. That is what it is. So I wanted to come in. Let me know in the comments. Are you familiar with type 3 diabetes? What do you think about this information? Do you think that most of the population or that we as individuals are experiencing a lot of cognitive dissonance? And are we waiting too late? Well, we waiting for the latest study to come down in the pipeline before we get into action around what we say is important to us, especially if we're saying health. I'll take the health and I'll take what my skin and my hair naturally look like over the makeup palette. So to be able to prioritize. And I'm not making makeup bad or wrong or hair, yet there's a lot of time that was spent there. So a lot of that time now is spent, and this is for years now, I would say, I prioritize the movement. Can we let go of some of the screen time or the time wasters or time spent complaining about the same things? That could have been a whole movement practice, right? 30 minutes or something, looking at the ceiling or complaining or chit chatting. And I have a lot of my clients that say, cut up your fruits and vegetables if you're going to be chit chatting with people on the phone. So, in any event, we meet every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're interested in coming together around activities in this Flower Fit community, share what you're doing with your garden and the things that you're finding out about your garden so you can receive some support around a specific activity. Right, this Flower Fit community, and there's also group coaching every Sunday at 2 p.m. So I'm inviting you all to create a great day on purpose. I'm interested to hear what you all have to say about this type 3 diabetes. See you soon. Oh, don't forget, it's Kwasa Peaceful Eating on TikTok. All right, create a great day.